welcome to another amazing day at fmtraining.tv, where my face is entirely too close to the camera. There we go. We are here with the wonderful Nick Hunter. Nick is here with us to be a fantastic and amazing FileMaker developer. He's one of the best in the business. He does a lot of really cool stuff with us and a lot of really cool tricks. Speaking of cool tricks, let's pull up the live training schedule. So, for this week's training schedule, we have the Advanced Search using FileMaker Find Mode Day 2, that's what we'll be doing today. We have the Open Claris Platform Q&A, which is tomorrow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday is going to be Microsoft Office 365 authentication with OAuth 2.0. So if you had if you were trying to do OAuth stuff with Monkey Bread and you had a question about that last time, please come in this time. Christian Schmidt will answer. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday will be an advanced search, finishing off that mini series, and then Wednesday will begin the relationship series that Nick will be doing. It'll be really quite awesome. He'll be here to talk about pretty much everything he has to say about relationships. So over the course of 6 days, it'll be awesome. With that being said, if you'd like to support the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. We have the FM Training annual subscription bundle. It's 100 plus hours of really high energy video training content. Pretty much, if you know nothing about FileMaker, you want to know stuff about FileMaker, or you'd like to begin working on projects and development in your own time, this bundle. So we assume that you know nothing. Like people who pick up this bundle and begin watching it, you assume that you know nothing. Or if you're an intermediate developer, you can still find use out of it. You've got topics you're like, I don't know this super well. Like I really know my layouts and my scripts. My relationship work is a little bit sometimes. You can find help there. Cool. With that being said, introductory spiel done and over on the usual 4-minute mark. What are we doing today, Nick?
Hello, can you hear me well?
I can.
Okay, so that I have a new headset. So, so how are you? Thank you for introduction. Yes, thank you very much. So yes, so today we do the second day of the advanced search using file mode, right? So this is interesting because I know that many people doesn't know about what we can do with this a function of the find mode, and I know it's kind of tricky when you have to use that technique of transferring, searching and transferring, and the found set and stuff like that. So yesterday we start playing a little bit with this, and so today we're going to continue, right? So let me share the screen right quick here. Let me put that here. So yesterday we play a little bit with this, and so what we did is so we want to use all the find mode technology, right? But we want to be able to, let me show. So we want to prevent this. We want to prevent that when we switch on find mode on the layouts. So nowadays we do layout, we do advanced layout, and the find mode is no longer available on the data entry layout, right? So the find mode brings you this, and you don't know what to do. It's kind of cumbersome. Here you cannot add anything, and if you click somewhere, it lands you somewhere. So this is a data entry layout, right? So we cannot just switch on find mode like I have here, switch on find mode and do something. So this switching on find mode directly on the data entry layout when you have a very, very simple layout. But when you start having widgets and objects and stuff, so it's no longer something you can do because you have many things on the layouts, right? And even though you have pretty much all the layout you have today, and you switch on find mode, you have buttons that you can trigger things, right? So here you click on add notes. Instead of adding a note, what you did, you added a kind of you add a request or whatever. It's not something that is it's not a great experience. And if you try to fix that using tricks and stuff like that, you can get very complicated things, right? Especially when I'm talking about that because yesterday clients called me and say, yeah, I have a problem when we switch on find mode, or I don't want to see that, so you need to make sure you have apply in find mode. you need to play with the hidden object condition, make sure that it's not showing when you are in file mode. Okay, so you have a lot of things going on. And and then you have other people, what they did is select all the objects on the layout, right? Group everything and said it's get they do this, right? Get window mode. So if you do that, right, window mode equal 1, then hide everything. So when you're in browse mode and when you do find mode, you have if you have find mode here, boom, you have nothing on the layout, right? And then you can do that, but that means you have a layout with every single object on the layout grouped. So that means now your layout is a pain to manage because everything is within a group. So you understand what I mean? So it's not a solution. The solution is like I show you right here, right? When you have your layout and when you click advanced, or if you have a custom menu, you can say view find mode, boom. And then you have the find mode in another window, right? Which is organized in a way to be find mode compliance, right? And then you can find something, right? Like say you want new, for example, right? And then you say perform find and boom, boom. You have your new account here, right? So now let's go and let's do something interesting. Okay. So when you have things like this, right? So you have our notes, right? And you have accounts like this, you have a contact like this, you have a contact table, okay, and you have an estimate table, and then you have an invoice table, whatever, that are related related records, right, for that account. But you want to find an account where you have a certain word in the text of the notes, for example, right? I know some people, they think they need the portal to find data in a related field. But you don't. You don't need to have a portal. What you do need, right, is to do something like this. So let's say, right, so let's put that here. I want to find things in my notes here, right? So what do I want to find in notes, right? So let's say I have notes here, okay? And I want to find in the notes, so the main portal, which is related, showing all the notes for an account, right? So let's show everything, right? So here I have a notes. Let's put a note here. So let's put test 2 here, and here I have test 1. Oops. Test 1. And here I put another note that I put test 3. And here I put another note, and I also put test 3. Okay. And here I'm putting test 2. Okay, so I did that on purpose, to have multiple with the same notes, right? And I can put here I can put Nick, and here I can put Nick and Marge, or we can put Marge, and here I put Rick and Christian. Okay, so you see what I'm going to do. And I want the type, this is invoice printed, and here it's an outbound email. So I'm putting something here, right? So this is an outbound email too. Phone call. Okay, so I have some example. I want to be able to search on those things. So here I have a nice presentation, right? I have a nice presentation on this. So I'm going to copy those block of objects here, right? And I'm going to paste that here. And I'm going to ungroup everything. So you see, it's easy to build a find mode out of object because you just pick the object you have, right? So here I'm putting the title here, right? You put notes, and here you drag this here, right? And here you drag the object here, the subject, and here we are going to put the text letter, okay? So we can put that here to have a nice separation, and subject, and that is the text, right? So I told you that we can do this just to make sure that everything looks great, okay? Okay, so, okay. So I told you that we don't need a portal to search into related fields. What we need to have fields related to that portal, because that portal is the portal that shows all the notes related to that account. This is the link that shows the selected notes. So we want that list here. We want the main list, right? So this is the T01I. So all the field I have here needs to go to the T01I, okay? So you just have to remap those fields. Yeah, I know. It would be great to say in a layout, oh, all the objects from that are, from that context change to that context, but FileMaker, they never listen. So, and then I want here that the text. Okay, but it's okay, it's done. So now, right, I don't have poll, I just have fields. The fields pointing to that link. Okay, so the link is from account to notes by the ID account, right? So that's what we want. Okay, so what happened if I switch on my find mode, right? And I said I want all the outbound email, for example. Okay, all the notes. I want all the accounts that has outbound email notes. Boom, perform. I have two. I have this one and this one. And that's true, right? So now I want to search, right? Here, I want to search for in the text for March, for example, right? Perform find. I have only one with March here, right? What happened if I said I want to find Nick? Boom. So I have two. I have Nick here and I have Nick here, right? What happened is I'm looking for on the subjects test 2. Perform find. Oh, test GS2. Why is it's not test? Continue. might have the wrong, yeah, not subjects. T01 account not, I don't know why. Oh, because I have yeah, I have yeah, it doesn't like this. Yeah, okay, my bad. Show all. It doesn't like I wanted to do this. It doesn't like this character here, the pound. It never, because it's a reserved character for the searches. I was thinking about underscore and I put the pound. Okay. So dig. Okay. So let's say I want the test underscore 2. So I have 2. But now I want the test underscore 2 with Nick in the name. Boom. I have only 1. So you see that now I can have an advanced search, right? With related in the table, right? Related data showing in the layout, right? So now we can go. So you saw that we can do that, and we have all the find mode kind of for advanced stuff. So we do advanced, and you say, oh, I want test 1, new request, and I want test 2, perform find. So he searched this one. I have test 1 here, I have test 2, here, I have test 2, right? So he found the thing, even though, I ask multiple requests. So multiple requests works. We have a true, fully operational find mode, right? So do we have any questions so far?
Yes. How to avoid users canceling find mode?
Oh, we can. That easy. It's you have you have a menu here, right? So you have a custom menu, and in the custom menu you can either install a menu, or you can just say something like this. For example, here I have the view copy here. So let's go to the view copy, and here in the find mode I have I'm performing a script, right here. But here we have install when. Okay, install when. So let's say, let's go security. So I have admin, right? And I have user. And password is 1234123 right? And I have a read only, or I have a data entry. But let's say I have a user, okay? User and admin, right? And here I can say in the menu, find mode, install when it's always 1, okay? 0, is doing this. So here I have it. No, I don't have it because I put 0. If I put 1, it's a Boolean action here. 1 is back. So just what we need to do here is to put a calculation saying if get account name, I'm doing the fastest, right? Different of admin, okay? Or I can just do this. I can just do this. Account name equal admin, okay? So that means This will return 1 when admin, and it won't return 0. So look what happened here. So we don't need to, just what we need is a relogin. Okay. Then we don't have to, okay. So if I do a relogin and I say user 1234 view, I don't have the find mode. No way, and the find button is gray, right? Because the buttons here belongs to the menu. So, for example, here it says find, okay? But if I change this, so let's say, so you see now, here I am in the user, you know, the user. If I go there, the account name gets account name. Oops. It's user, right? Is user. If I do relogin, admin, admin. So now it's admin. So now this, I have it because in the custom menu, this will install or not this action based on this, right? You understand? So this is how you do that. But okay, that's a basic way, but you might have a you know, on the privileged set or whatever, right? But here you can manage this like this, you know, that's the easiest way. That's the easiest way, okay? So if, let's say you want to rename this, okay? So this is for this action. But let's say I want to hide the menu completely, the view menu. I do the same. I put here, right? So if I do this, relogin user 1234, I don't have the view menu, right? So here, if I relogin and I say admin, boom, the view menu is back. That's cool. That's why the custom menu is something you guys need to use because, you know. So for the name, for example, okay. So here, for the find mode, I don't want find mode. I want to change that, right? For example, I can change the name here and say I want search. If you do, here you have search, but here too you have search. The button on the bar now says search. So the button will inherit of the behavior of the menu. All the buttons here are related to this, right? So let's say, for example, another example, right? In the record menu, I don't want the new when it's not admin, for example, you know? And this, you know what I mean? So I do this. If it's not admin, so I said, I don't want a new record, right? I don't want a new record. So I go, I relogin users 1234. Boom. record. I don't have the new record. It's gone. So now what I want to show you is something cool. We don't want to hide the menu. We want to deactivate the menu. That is where it's tricky. Okay. I want to deactivate this, but I want to have something deactivated, for sure. So here we duplicate this. So we have two new. One is when it's different this, and one is when it's this, right? But this, I'm saying, I'm deactivate this. So this is based on new record, and this is not based on new record, right? I call it new record, but it's based on nothing, right? So I replicate this, right? And now, so here I have new record that do a new record, okay? But if I change this, I relogin on user, here I have a new record that does nothing, okay? But it's not enough because we want to grade out. We want to grade out the record, right? So we need to make sure that we get something that is always grayed out. So for example, we are in what's the name? We are in in our data entry. We're not in admin here. The user is not in admin. It's not our full admin access, So a full access, right? It's not full access. So we have a bunch. So it's a hack, but it's not my hack. It's a FileMaker hack. Okay. So we have here, right? So we go there. We go to the record. We go to the second one that does nothing, but we select something like, what do we have? Something like this. What do we have that is, I think this is always grayed out. Something that is grayed out when, something that is deactivated when you're not admin. I think this is deactivated. Let's see. So now here it works, right? But if I change, if I go to user, now this is not grayed out. What can be grayed out when we are in the, help me here, somebody. What can be, okay, I don't have an example. I had many examples, of course, when I do the demo, but I wasn't expecting to do a demo for that, but you know what I mean. So I don't remember. We have one that always, a command. We need to find a command that is always grayed out. Maybe which one? I don't know. Preference, I think, maybe. I don't know. I will find out. I need to find one that is always grayed out when we are not in a full access mode. I don't know. I need to find out. Anyway, but if you want, I can do a webinar about CustomMenu. I did once on CustomMenu, but anyway, so that was the CustomMenu. So do we have another question?
Not on YouTube or Twitch. We do have one on Kyle Limbs is asking about script debugger. Were you asking about
Yes.
what he's referring to, or just question mark? It's not really like a complete question. So if you want to,
Yeah.
David Angel says I don't want to use users in the search layout to change find mode to browse mode.
Yeah. So I just show that you remove the commands, right? You remove it from the menu. So that's what I just demo it.
Got it. Hopefully that
Yeah.
made sense, David. Other than that, I think you're good.
Okay. So let's go back to, let's put back the find mode. Okay, find mode. Okay. So now I want to have all of those things, in my search box, right? I want to be able to search on contacts. I want to be able to, okay. So we follow the same rule, that the same thing we did so far. That means we duplicate this, and then we said that this is contacts, right? And we out of there, so we want those pretty much, right? So we copy this, right? And then, so we want this, we want this, we want this, and we want this, okay? So we just duplicate this, we put here, and we want the full name, okay? And we go to that table, TO1C, right? So the name full, right? And we want the title, for example. Okay. Oh, title. Title. Yeah. Title. Okay. And we want what we want. We want their departments, whatever. Okay. Okay. And we want their address. So that address is cool because, right, we have the calc for the address and we want to search. Okay. So if you want to search, for example, in the city, for example, you need to put the city layout, right? The city field. But if you want to search in an address, for example, so you can put the calc here, okay, address, and you can put this primary address calc, okay. So that we search on the calc, and we can put the phone. Okay, phone. And that will be the phone one. Okay. So we have a pretty nice, the find mode on this. Oh, I need to pretty much remove this, browse. Okay. So I can find on those, right? So let's go to my search advanced. So now I can search for a full name. So what name do I have? Do I have a account here? Do I have contacts here? No, I don't. So let's add contacts. So let's add this one. I put that at Carlton, this one, Carlton, this one, Marge, this one, test two, this one, test two, this one, test three, this one, test three. Okay. So I have some in my relate to account. So now I have two here. I have one here and two here. So I want to search for Louis, and I want to search for Gage. Okay. So I'm going there, and I'm saying Louis, new, it's Gage. Gage. Okay. So I have two requests. Okay. Perform. Oh. Perform find. Boom. So here he found Louis and he found Gage. So I can do that, right? So you can combine very powerful things like this, right? So you can say, I want the address to be, I don't know, for example, I want the box 594, for example, okay? So I'm going there, address, box 594, perform find, boom, he found it, right? Because he found on this. Or I want to find the 515 phones, for example, right? So I'm going there, phone 515, perform, boom, here, 515, right? Of course, we can say, I want on the notes, I want, let me see, which one's the 515, okay. Okay, so I want to search on the text of the note, Marge, and on the phone, 515. So you can combine those two, right? Perform, boom. It found that's only one, okay? Because if I say here, and I put Marge on this note, for example, right? So I have two notes with Marge. So if I say find and I say Marge, I have two notes. But if I say Marge 515, I have only one. So you see, it's a true, fully find mode. And why is because I'm not hijacking anything, right? I'm still doing this. I'm still doing the mod stuff. And I do the perform find. I'm performing the find. So I found the two. I'm gathering the ID of the account he found, close the window, put that on the variable, on the global fields, and then I have a relationship attached to that global field that points to the same table with the ID of the account, and then I'm doing boom. And now I'm showing two. So here we have a true find mode. So pretty much we can do whatever we want here, right? So we can put there in that layout all the field we want. We can arrange the field the way we want, right? So we can, in that layout, it's a true layout, so we can do whatever we want, right? So we can arrange this, right? And have the same organization of this one, for example, right? So I can do this, I can have this basis here, right? Let's say I don't need that one, right? So you can arrange everything in a clean way, right? So this is what I'm doing pretty much all the time, right? When I have a more complex stuff, right? So we can do this. We have this on the top, right? So, and we can arrange this like this, right? So we have the bar on the top like this, back, make it like this. Oops. And then we can add another tab. And so we can have, you know what I mean? So you can organize your tab the way it was organized here and put your stuff, right? So this is what I want to show, but I think it's not necessary to go that far on the demo. Now, what I want to show you, okay, is how, before we go, let's go back and boom, 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 boom. Okay. So I want to show you how we organize this, right? And to do something fluid. So with no mouse, Command F or Control F, okay? And then you can tab, and then you can trigger the find here, right? Okay. So what you need to do for that is to make sure that on all the fields, right? Oh, trick. When you want to select all the fields and only the fields, right? Do this. Select same. So you press Alt key, right? You go to edits and you select the field. You press Alt, you go to edits and you say select same. Boom. This we select only the fields in your layout, right? And then I can turn off this. Okay. So why? Because when we do the return, when we do the return, I want to be able to perform the find, right? Not go to the next field, because this was saying go to the next field by return and enter. Now I want to go to the next field only with tabs. But instead of selecting all the fields, instead of doing this, I'm selecting a field, I'm pressing Alt, and then I go to edit and I say select same. That will select only the field. You can see this is not selected, this is not selected. If I select a button and I say select same, it select only the buttons. This, only the button. If I click on the square, on the shape, select same, it selects the shapes. That's cool, right? So you can, in that case, it's very useful to select all the fields, right? And that's the trick I'm using when I want to turn off all the quick find that are something. It's another topic, but it's the same topic. It's the same. I want to select all the fields, right? You say select same, and you turn off this, right? And you're sure that you select all the fields, right? So now I want to create a carry return to perform the find, but with my script, right? So you go to the CustomMenu, right? And normally we create a new one based on the request standard menu, right? Because in FileMaker, we have the records menu, and we have the request menu. But when you are on browse mode, it shows the record. But if you are in find mode, it shows the request, right? But we need both, right? So here I have the request copy, right? And what I want to do, the perform find, I want my menu here, my script 620B. So I'm going there on that request copy. On the perform find, I want the action 620B, right? And I'm making sure I have this request copy, right? Next to the records. So when I turn on find mode, and I may have the same menu here. When I go to the find mode now, and I say Richard, if I press return, boom. Oh, why? Should have done it. Request, perform find, action, yeah. So that's funny. In the it's the sorry. I wanted the wrong menu here. Here. I changed on the wrong one. That's okay. So I press advanced, or I can just Alt F, right, to go to find mode. I say Richard, carriage return, boom, right? So no using no mouse. The mouse is there, right? Command F, Richard, boom, or Command F, and I go to here. Okay, here, test _2. Now where is it? Here, yeah, test _2, boom. So you see, we have everything with the keyboard, right? Everything with the keyboard. So what you need to do, you need to know that the custom menu, record, and the find mode, they show, right? They show one or the other, depending on which mode we are. So here it shows the record, but if I go to find mode, it shows the request. And then you need to make sure you have both in your menu here, okay? And on the request one, you change the perform find with the action you want to perform, the scripts, right? There's one exception. So now that I have a real, so I can hide this, right? Because I have a real find integrated mode into my solution. You know, Command F or Alt F PC. Oh, sorry. I switched on there. I got this, right? I close the window, or I can go back, can navigate with this, right? I can put whatever I want. Carriage return, boom. So now that's one exception is to dismiss that window, okay? Because it is a dialog, right? It is a dialog. So I have the perform find here. I have a perform find here, but also I want a cancel button, right? I have the perform find. So I have the perform find, and I want a cancel button that goes with it. Well, the cancel button is very simple. It's a simple step, and that closes the window. Okay. Close the window. So that's my cancel button. But I want to be able to hit escape key, right? Escape key and go and leave, and close the window, because that's what you expect when you have a dialog. The cancel button, it's the escape key. To do so, we need to use a trigger and hijacking the code of the GetKeystroke. Okay, so what this? Okay, if I put that script here on layout keystroke, that means I'm going there, in that layout, go there, and I said on layout keystroke, and I'm adding that one, the escape key. Okay, what is doing? Is doing precisely what we want to do. Click here, escape. Oh, yeah. Why is not escape key? Why is not working? Did I save? Yeah, already I did. On layout keystroke, escape key. Oh, okay. Something you need to make sure of when you do this and you go there and you add this, make sure you put that on find mode only. Okay? You unclick the browse mode and you click on the find mode and you make only this one. We want that to happen only on find mode, right? The trigger. Otherwise, you won't perform. Okay? So now that I have this, I click escape, boom. I click here, escape, boom. So now we can say Command F, right? Go to the subject, type this, carriage return. Command F, type Richard, boom, carriage return. And now I can go there and say escape key, and that close the window. Open, escape key, close the window, right? So we do that by using the trigger here. So how that works. So the get keystroke, right? So if I go there and I'm showing the debugger and I perform this. So I have my keystroke, the key I struck is the escape key. And the code is 27. That's the code of that key. Any keys you're going to type has a code. For example, the space bar, the blank space bar is code 32. Okay? If you hit a F, for example, that is a F and it's code 102. So this technique here, we can hijack any key we strike on the layout and do whatever we want with it, right? For example, there's something interesting. Let's say I want to prevent people to use, right? I want to prevent people to use their tab control. No tabs possible, right? I know some people ask me for this. So we can do something like this. So the code is 9, right? So we duplicate this. And we say if the code is 9, which is tab, alt. So this is what happened. when you do this. I'm open this and I press tab. You hear? Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. Tab is no longer possible. Finito, terminate. We cannot use tab anymore because each time you strike 9 tab e alt, right? So this is how you can prevent any keys to be typed on the layout, right? You understand? So, for example, on the name or what's the name? We use the same technique if you want to prevent on layout keystroke, on object keystroke. I don't have it. Oh yeah, I have it. I don't want, for example, in the phone number, I don't want to type anything but numbers, right? So I said on object keystroke 0043. So now on that fields, I type letter, it don't work. I type number, it works. No letter work. It works. It doesn't work with letters. No space bar. It works. No space bar. No special character. Only what works is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Anything else doesn't work. So now you say, yeah, but I want special character. I want to allow characters, right? Yeah, you can. So you put this and you say, I want parentheses, and I want dash. So you put the character you want to allow there in the script parameter. And now look, letter doesn't work. Text works, but I can say, why parentheses don't work? Oh, which version it is. Normally we should be able to do that. Oh, not on this one. Damn it. Not on this one. It's not the advanced version. I have a better version of this where I thought I had it here. I had a better version that allows me to add the character I want, and I don't have it, so I cannot do the demo. Anyway, you got the point here. So we do the same for hijacking on the layout, the escape key, so we can do that. So we have a perfect working full loaded layout for advanced finds without dealing with the layout here, right? On the background, and without to have to deal with the hidden stage, all the buttons and stuff like that. No, you just have the fields, right, that you need. And of course, we get all the omit operator, right? We can do plenty of stuff, save finds, we can do all of those things. We get all the new requests, right? Delete requests, perform find, everything. And of course, before we go, because I have hijacked the button, so I have a custom button, a custom menu. Now I have a custom button as well. If I say perform find here, it will perform my find, right, with the scripts, because the buttons are attached to the menu. Okay. So next week we do something interesting, and that will that will be very, very interesting for you. Let's say I want the people to find things, but I don't want them to see some records. I don't want them to be able to see the records of their administration of the company, the staff, for example. I don't, okay? So they won't be, they can search, but we won't display them records that we don't want them to have, even though we don't need to modify anything in the find. We don't do constraints, we don't do extend, we don't do that. We do another technique much simpler than this. So that for next week.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nick. We greatly appreciate it. We got some people asking if this will be a sample file. I don't know. Is this?
Yeah, I can send that. Look, next week. Okay, I can send that version. I can send to you.
I'm not asking right now. No, you're busy, but.
No. It's I can send the version I have right now. It's working. It's fully working. You know, it's full working, so I can send you that version I have here working. This one I'm going to rename it like a Find Demo, right? Find Demo, and then it's my FileMaker, it's my FM starting point version that I just modify for the demo. So
yes,
it's fully working.
Share my screen. Thank you very much. We look forward to having you back next week. We will see you Tuesday, I believe. So
yes.
So Tuesday, and then it'll be the last day of the search stuff. Everyone have a good one. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!